Husband told wife his company lacked budget after sharing a room with his female colleague.
Me and Alison actually recently went on a trip. Thing is that we had to share a room.
Whoa!
Sound like we promoting go overseas, share a room is fine, right? Let me tell you the cons. Was there anything that like started to annoy you or anything? Right?
Got one thing. He eat my burger right then he...
Okay, before we get into the episode of today, which is very spicy and also full of learnings, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And now that I'm back, you can expect banger episodes.
Wow!
Legend never die. Okay, so recently there was an article that kind of went viral and the headline is Husband told wife his company lacked budget after sharing a room with his female colleague.
Poor company.
The long and short of it is this article essentially talks about how there was a husband and wife and the husband actually has had some suspicious interactions with other female colleagues before, like kind of like flirty sounding texts, or like the female colleague like confessed to him, then he delete away the chat so the wife cannot see. But the wife discovered this and then later on discovered that he had been sharing a room on work trips with another female colleague.
So saucy texts that trying to be hidden with colleague A and then work trips sharing room with colleague B.
Yes.
For context, they've been married for 13 years and been together for 18 years. The conflict is that on one hand, Miss Y is her name in the article, okay? Miss Y said that she had previously already communicated to her husband the importance of maintaining specific boundaries with female colleagues. Despite this, he continued to interact in ways that troubled her. And from his point of view, it is that this is a work trip and then there are budget constraints that he can't really control, and he said that his superior didn't make any noise, so he didn't feel like he was in a position to object. Okay. So these are the two sides. So who is the asshole?
But I don't believe that the company would actually allow them to stay in the same room also. They would have like thought about like, okay, guy, one room, girl, one room, right?
I think depending on the scale of your company that you're working at, like if you're in a startup or whatever, right? Or
then
SME or what, right? Sometimes it's just, we have a small budget, but we're excited to send you. You are 24 years old, you are excited, it's your first job. I'm sending you to Switzerland for like 2 weeks. You want to go or not? The only catch is that you have to share room with this person.
That means the company already knows that is a catch, right? That means they already know something is not
it's
quite
not
right.
catch lah. It's that the lodging is like not as fancy as it can be lah.
Very expensive, so they need to share.
No, that's fine. But
Then
what her
stay
point?
cheaper hotel, budget.
Okay, not decided by you. It's a media trip.
Yeah. No, I had...
Sounds very familiar.
Is it? Or how so?
Is it deja vu for you?
Yes, a bit. But I also have a trip before, like 4 of us. So me and 3 guys. So normally media trips, right? Obviously they'll pair girl with girl and guy with guy. But that specific trip, I was the only girl. And then we had to stay in this hut in the middle of a coffee plantation. So there are not a lot of rooms also.
How to sleep, yeah?
Exactly. So we only could book a room with like a double-decker bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we stayed like that, right? But then the room was so bad that the top bunk, which me and another guy was catered for, is like the light, right, is right in front of my face. So if I open my eyes, the light is here, then all the flies are like, and I cannot run away because I need to go up, right, and like leave this place. It's like a 1 hour hike in the darkness.
Sorry, but could you not turn the light off when you sleep?
Yes, but then like obviously we need some light to like go up the bed, and then I'm scared of like when I wake up, then the bulb is here and then the flies are like...
So romantic advancements would be the least of your worries in that situation.
But anyway, because me and the other guy was actually damn scared of sleeping at the top bunk. Then we decided, all 4 of us, right, we squeezed for the last 2 hours of sleep, right, together in the bottom bunk.
So Alison went the other way of, instead of, I want to share with one guy, I'll share with 3 other guys.
No, because I was like scared for my life. I don't know how to explain. The place was that scary. Before that, we got attacked by a possessed man. And like the room, like the lock, like cannot lock. Then like there's big sounds, everything. Then I'm very scared of the insects. So I feel like I just want someone beside me, but I don't care your gender. I just want to like huddle up together.
Man is not the scariest threat. Choose the bear.
Bro, the choice was man or fly. She chose man.
Flies.
But at that point of time, like I think nobody cared.
But I think also this is a less suspicious scenario because there's 4 people in one room.
Yeah.
So more people that have accountability.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, this one only got 2.
Yeah, 1 and 1 is like only one person needs to be weak.
2 hands to clap. 3 is a crowd.
Party.
Party.
I feel like these scenarios, right? Okay, I have to clear out the obvious answer first. Is that if a situation like this is proposed to you, obviously you go and speak to your partner about it and go and check whether they are comfortable and all that kind of stuff. And obviously prioritize like your relationship over these type of things lah.
Yeah.
And then if there's really such a clash in values and all that, then you go and reevaluate your relationship and all that kind of shit, okay?
Yeah.
But if not, if you consider your partner's feelings and all that kind of thing already, then you make your choice, then okay lah, right? That's the correct answer, right?
Yeah.
I think there are circumstances in which you should say like,
Screw that. I don't care what you think.
I think if you have trust issues to begin with, nothing can quell that one. And it will also end up leading to a lot of control. And control, at least for me personally, is the last thing that I ever want in my relationship. So I think the autonomy to choose based on the conversation that you have with your partner already, right? If you can distill it down to understanding where the insecurity stems from, where the no comes from, right?
You solve that.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the point, right, when you choose to go on a trip with somebody else, right, isn't that making the girl worse? Like she'll
Assuming
think
that this
worse.
is not a work trip then. Like, because I think when there's a work aspect, right, there is like I have no choice, like this is for my career. So I guess like the partner is to give you a bit more leeway and give you a bit more trust in that sense. But to voluntarily go on a trip like that, I think it's more difficult to explain.
Okay, anyway, so right, the original story that you brought up actually is quite coincidental because me and Alison actually recently went on a trip. Then we thought that it would be interesting to talk about this dynamic also.
Because they also shared a room.
Because we also share rooms.
Then,
Okay, let's start.
do you know what Singaporeans love doing?
Queuing?
Yes, but other than that.
Complaining?
Correct.
Oh,
Complain, then do what?
Then do something lah, right? Which is where the Singapore Government's Partnership Office or SGPO comes in. They want to work with you to co-create solutions for a better Singapore. It's your first stop to turn ideas into action and connect with the right agencies and resources to build something meaningful for community good.
Whether it's a ground-up initiative, a social project, or a bold policy idea, SGPO helps Singaporeans co-create solutions with the government, not just suggest them.
From funding support to community spaces and expert guidance, SGPO connects you with the resources you need to kickstart real impact. It's not just a help desk, it's a partnerships engine.
And when you visit the SGPO website, you'll find this section called Partners Portal. You can look through the available resources, and if you don't find what you need, just share your own proposal. And with Singapore turning 60, it's the perfect time to be part of shaping what's next for our country.
So if you ever thought, why doesn't someone fix that? Maybe that someone is you. And SGPO is here to make that happen.
To learn more or submit your own project idea, visit SGPO.gov.sg. Now back to the episode.
We were very kindly invited for a media trip, right? To go on a Royal Caribbean cruise. But
Why is
it's...
she putting hardships?
Royal Caribbean.
Then I have to like that. Yeah, we are in Singapore, right? The cruise invitation is take off from Orlando.
Which is in US.
Take off
Is the
into the horizon. I don't know.
The cruise is in America, so we had to fly to America.
So we had to fly. No, we didn't have to fly. We had to fly 30 hours to get there. 30 hours, how many transition, don't know how many layover. Woo! That was a freaking journey. The whole trip felt like 3 holidays. Okay, but what's crazy is that, right, this is the biggest cruise ship in the world. It's called the Star of the Seas.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we were basically invited to do a 4-day, 3-night.
Oh wait, because it's a new ship, so it's actually its maiden journey.
Yes, it's maiden journey.
Wow.
And this was not the first time you all traveled together.
No, this is not the first time we traveled
We'll get
together.
there.
But this is our first like media preview together.
So
Yeah.
before it was all non-work.
Yeah.
Yes?
No.
No, you got work trip before.
No, as in we've traveled together with other people for work trips, but we've done like one trip that's just the
One,
two of us
yeah.
before. Yeah, for holiday. Yeah.
Okay, so this trip, y'all were together for how long?
10 days.
Is it?
And on the cruise, y'all had the same room.
Yes.
One room only.
So on the cruise, the thing is that we had to share a room because they only
Because-
allocated one room to. Oh, because we signed up them last minute also.
No. Basically, they assign like every media invite is one room.
Okay.
So I think we got asked like, is there another room? But the fact is because we started so late, right? There's only one room left on the whole entire cruise.
Okay,
Also.
question. You received the invite, then John Paul was the only person you asked.
No.
No, they sent the invite to TDK.
Yeah.
Then we reply already. Then we say, okay, who can make it? Then the both of us were like, okay lah, let's go lah. Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, most Royal Caribbean like cruises, they will have like sofa bed also.
Yeah, so there was
have.
in the room, right? It was actually 2 single bed. If you're a couple, you also can put together. If not, you can separate it.
Okay.
And there's also a sofa bed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
had 3 places.
And the room
Yes.
Four if
damn
you count the
big.
floor.
Really?
Yeah.
The room damn big.
Does it have a balcony?
Yes,
Oh,
it
the
has a
balcony.
balcony.
Yes,
And the balcony damn good because I thought it would be open air. Then it's like a wasted segment of the room that you can't really use all the time, right? It's part of the room. Then you can press one button, right? Then the thing opens.
Yeah. I didn't know this until the second night. Because I woke up at 4 a.m. Then he's sleeping, right? And snoring away. Then I was like playing the window. Then I realized it can open. So I have a video of myself. Like I film myself like at the window, like trying to.
At 4 a.m. you're looking to nothing. Is
Then
it?
recently when I review the clips, right, it's just me like that, right? Then you can hear Job.
Wait. The reason why I cannot sleep is because she was snoring again.
Okay, so when you were going, do you tell your partner?
As in, I think before we got together, right? I think overall he thought that when guy and girl, even though it's platonic and they go on a trip together, it's a bit weird because things might happen or it's suggestive or something like that. So he never even thought about traveling with a female friend before. Like he just thought it was weird lah. Until we got together, then he realized like, I got a lot of experiences going on group trips with friends and even like one-on-one with like
A male friend.
a male friend. So
Very hard to say I'm male, man.
yeah, and then after I tell him all my travel stories or all the like fun things we do as a group or whatever, like all my travel experiences, right? Then I think he realized like, why is there this like weird stigma around like traveling with someone of the opposite gender? And because he also met a lot of my friends, almost all of my friends share the same values lah. That's why when I told him about this trip, right? Okay, with who? Yes, because he interested like, who go together, but not like he asked me to take picture of the room, this kind of thing. Like I don't have to explain to him, right, that I would like have 2 separate bed or whatever, like so exclusive.
wouldn't be-
All your safeguards.
I'll
Yeah.
be tied up. Like,
Wait a second.
What the?
Excuse me.
I meant like restrained. Okay. No, okay, but like I know we like sound like we promoting like go overseas, share a room is fine, right? Let me tell you the cons. Okay. One of the worst ones,
Wash your
right?
underwear.
No, we cannot pangsai properly like, for like this because
The plug.
Why?
because we were bowel shy.
No, it's your
Okay, no, because to me it's a rule.
Just play music lah.
Exactly. So when we reached the room already, right, I just tell her very kindly. First of all, I brought these drops. So right, it's from you can buy from Donkey. So these drops, right, you before you shit, right, you drop 2,
Yeah.
then got smell already. Very nice. Then you shit already, you flush already, you drop 2 more. You cannot smell anything.
Drop 4 in one shit.
It's okay. It's cheap and it's brilliant. Okay. The second thing is, if I'm going to the toilet, can you like just wear like noise cancelling headphones and okay what?
Wait, just play.
No, why
don't you play
Why
music?
must you impose that on her?
Exactly.
Bring your
No,
phone
because
in.
I will graciously do the same.
No,
but that's you.
Yeah, but in my opinion, right, it's like if you are shitting, just play music if you're paiseh and make it fucking loud.
But the music and
No, but
the
he tell me-
sounds that are produced, right, is just
No.
different decibel.
Or when you feel it coming out, then you go,
Blast.
Normally I don't scream. Normally I don't agree with or defend him in anything because he's terrible and everything. But I can see the logic here in asking you to play the music because he can't tell the noise that's happening in the cabin where the stateroom where you're in.
Yeah.
Because he's in the fucking toilet. There's a wall between him. He doesn't know what he needs to play in order to mask it.
Yeah, what if
Play
the
louder.
song?
That's
What if
your
the song like?
prerogative.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Also, what if you don't like his music?
No, okay, I get it. Shitting is like personal thing for some people,
Okay.
right?
Oh,
okay,
okay.
I assume so. But then when he told me this thing, right, then I suddenly get very okay. And we have been friends for a long time. Like I hear him fart like whatever lah, like chill lah.
But
and then
have you?
after he told me this, right, I never shit for 10 days because I fucking stressed.
No. You never shot 10 days.
And the
man.
only time I shit, right, is because I was away from him. Like I went to the cruise
Shopping
like
center, that
outside
kind.
at the restaurant because I was alone by myself. Then I feel a bit more
So
calm.
when the cruise stop at the port, of course you go.
No, it was in the cruise.
on the beach. So his own personal insecurities about his intimate shitting moments
Yeah.
were projected onto you.
Yes.
And you felt it.
Yeah.
And then now you're like, wait, am I supposed to have felt this way? Now I'm going to feel this way.
Yeah, because I just assume like with friends, right? It's like whatever, just fart, whatever. Like at most I like like, to me,
Okay, okay.
right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just funny lah, whatever.
Just talk about it, okay?
Yeah, unless you keep farting in my face, then a bit.
So earlier when you said you are very accommodating and whatever to the other person, I get turns out no lor.
Anything.
But okay.
I still use the drops like if you wanted me to use, right, I would have used if I shitted.
Okay, but
Correct lah. That's why it's
that's the
for.
point. That's the point.
No,
of it.
but when you shit, right, I went to to do other thing. I go like gym or whatever, open the window, do other things. So I don't like listen to.
Okay, yeah, no, fantastic. So like, if I had known that you like power shy or whatever, you tell me, and then you tell me that okay, if I go out of the room, you can shit smoothly, right?
Yeah.
Just tell me lah. I go and
Yeah,
help
no.
you take Starbucks or whatever. So I also steady.
I never tell you that I was power shy. It's until I shit that I just say.
Then you realize lah.
Yeah,
after
at the
that
last day
lah.
of the cruise, I say, by the way, I
Too
think
late
I was.
already.
So you've been on the
last
company
day.
trips, right? So when you share, because you always have a female roommate on that,
Yeah,
right? Have you ever had this thing where you tell?
Were you shared last year?
So-
we shared room last year.
No, I wasn't.
So you're happy to shit when Cheryl's in the room? No problem.
No, she only developed this problem after the cruise. Not during.
Normally, somehow all my experiences when I stay with like a female colleague, right? It's just that we suddenly reach a point of like comfort.
Comfort, yeah.
Like there was one time like me and my colleague, right? We are in Fiji, and so happened the toilet is those like it's like open air shower, okay?
Okay.
And then we are all like very scared of lizard. And then there's only one shower with a big ass lizard, right? So we decided to shower together. Like I just sit at the corner, like we just need
Versus
the,
chasing away the lizard.
yeah, we just want
Yeah.
someone like there. So like they not looking at us, but it's just at any time, right? I can like, oh my god, help me.
So you're one person naked watching the lizard. I got eyes on while you're behind showering. Then you're switch shift.
They rotate like this.
Yeah.
So I ever okay.
Get out of the water.
But to me, it's like normal. Like no matter like, will you do it for me? Like,
I will do it for you.
you know, yeah. You see, all the girls are that one.
I have been forced into being comfortable with somebody that I've traveled with before. What happened was we were overseas, and then you know how like Singaporeans love massages, right? But I'm very uncomfortable with massages. But I was like, whatever lah, just go since everybody go already ma. So I was put in a room with this other guy. Then they will put the curtains around,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then there are 2 tables there, just nice. Then they was telling us, okay, just take off everything. Then we provide you with this like underwear. Then you all just wear. Then we will just massage you. Then I'm like, okay, whatever. So we just put it on, then like wrap in a towel. It's a disposable underwear.
The underwear is scam. It's like might as well don't wear.
So we both are lying on the table. Then the person come, the masseuse come, they take off the thing, then they massage, then they use like all the oils and all this kind of thing, right? Then so 50 minutes later, it's over. Then they like ding. Okay, then you can go, right?
Okay.
So I stand up. The both of us sit up. We stand up. We turn around and face each other. And I'm just full frontal nude because the whole disposable underwear is the oil, right? Just make the whole thing see through. Then I just face this fella, he faced me, then we just like look, then we like new levels of intimacy.
So your first thing is to look down.
As in, it's like, wow. No, like,
Your bro is oiled up. Of course you gotta.
It's like, ugh.
like the disposable underwear, I'll betrayed, you know? So
What
betrayed.
was
It's a
your-
false sense of
what was your
security.
reaction? What was your reaction when you looked at each other and then you realized what was going on?
It's like you're supposed to be relaxed, but then you at the same time, it's confusing. It's
You're wearing
confusing.
panties while you all sit up to face each other.
I didn't look down at him. I looked down at myself
Okay.
to realize that it was translucent.
You know the other side was
Then,
also.
yeah,
Also,
yeah.
your down up was yourself.
Now you check your bro out.
Yeah.
But if you check,
But I think he checked me out.
Recently, I was at church camp, right? And then there's an even worse scenario where people are forced to be comfortable with each other because so you can nominate a roommate, like who you want to stay with. But then sometimes, like maybe your cell group run out of people that you can pair with or what.
Yeah.
Like. Then people go there and they just have to room with whoever is assigned to that room with them.
That's weird.
It could be a
Stranger.
queen bed. I
you
think
don't have
my
your own
main
space.
issue is with the laundry. Because you know, every time you go on a trip, then like you have to like wash your underwear every day. Then I know like I cannot hang because I'm like with a stranger or what. Or like with the opposite sex, then it's even a bit weird to like
worse.
hang your panties. in
The more fun thing when we stay in the same room,
Troublesome.
right? Is like usually I can like whatever, then everything like can be displayed, right? Like
She did.
clothes or whatever. But then when we stay in the same room, right? I be more cautious about what is displayed in my luggage if it's open. Like I make sure, right, the only thing I put in the toilet, right, is really just pants. Like I will never leave like suddenly a pad somewhere or like a panty somewhere or whatever. I make sure to clean, right? And there's no optics of like any like underwear in my luggage if it's open.
You know what? You
so
did a great job. I
considerate.
did not even think of that. Never even noticed. Yeah.
And also, right, I make sure, right, when I shower, right, I make sure all the hair, right, is not on the
Green.
because I think a bit
Wow.
uncomfortable if like
Yeah.
you know opposite sex or what. Then I make sure I clean everything. Make sure I put my soap
Wow.
properly.
You know what? Thank you. The fact that I never noticed, right?
Welcome.
Great.
My partner dropped her hair and she said it's me. And then I'm like,
No, on the trip, right? Because we were like basically alone together for like 10 days, all right? Was there anything that like started from me that started to annoy you or anything? Right?
Got one thing.
Oh, wait, is it?
No, but it's a very lame thing.
What?
Shit.
No.
Snoring.
Oh, here we go.
No, y'all will think I'm crazy.
I have no idea.
Because,
Say.
okay,
Crazy or?
because right, sometimes when I like a food very much, right, I a bit like territorial about the food.
Okay.
Then we go in and out. Then I order like a special burger. Okay? He don't know what to order, so he ordered number one, which is 2 grilled onions with 2 beef patties and double cheese.
Sounds amazing.
And I was thoroughly enjoying
Then what
my
you get,
burger. I think it's normal for like when we eat together, like I'll offer him a bite if it's nice, and he also offer me the first bite, okay? So I was continuing eating this very nice burger. Then I realized my burger going to end. So I always offer my friend if they want one more bite, okay?
Right.
So I gave him the burger. And to my horror, right? Okay,
ate all.
I like to eat things like very like everything together. One like cai fan, I must have one of Then he eat my burger, right? Then he eat all the onions. He never bite. He is like there's like at least like half of an onion left. You can just bite, then you like pull.
Yeah.
But he keep like eating. Then I look at him as like, why you not stopping? Then he eat all the onions. Then I was like completely bewildered. Okay, now what? Right, we rush all the way to this I cannot reorder. Because if I was that angry, I would reorder the burger. But cannot already because we need to rush back. Then I look at him, then I'm like, you eat all the onion? Then he said, oops. I was like, why you never bite? Then he like, I don't know, I just eat. Oh, sorry. Then I was just like, what the my onion. Then right, I looked to him to see whether he saved me like some of his burger. So I'll feel like fuller because now I feel like I lost an onion, okay? He finished everything. Like he never offered me the one last bite, you know, of like a cheeseburger or something.
Accusations have been levied.
I was pissed for a whole
Your
10
time
minutes.
to defend.
10 minutes only.
Yeah, very fast. Very fast.
Okay. So, first of all, I apologize again. I did
It
not
was
know.
a very nice.
I did not know about the territorial and your own rules. Okay,
No, but I
for-
like
for-
something a lot.
Yeah. But
I
I
want
don't
the
know.
last bite. And
So when I tried it already, first of all, amazing order, good job, secret menu. Secondly, when I went in for that bite, right, when she offered me, right, the onion is very stringy and all like laced together and like placed on top of the patty, right. So when I bite that time, right, I'm not trying to take all the onion. And when you saw me sucking in the onion, that was me struggling to detach it. But every time I try to detach, right, more enter my mouth.
No, I understand.
Why would I ruin
I
the
understand.
thing for you?
I
So
know.
then I was trying. Then it's really like 3 hair, right? Okay, of onion. Then all go into my mouth. Right? Then I'm like, you want me to vomit it back out onto the patty for you, man? I cannot. What? So all I can say is like technical error. Oops. And then after that, I cannot do anything already, ma.
I don't know. I was just unsatisfied with the
Honestly,
response.
right, at that point, right, I partially felt it. And in my head, I was thinking, should I just go and order another one?
No, I generally very sad about onion. I don't know how to describe I don't know how to describe. I like something so much, right? And we travel so far. Then I feel like I just want one nice ending. But then he eat all. Then I'm still hungry. I'm like, well, it don't
Your in
have.
and out happy ending was destroyed.
No, but I very fast like over this kind of shit.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Like I just need some time to be like, come like
To mourn the onion.
yeah, no more like I will not have this nice last bite. Never mind. Like at least we are safe. You know, we go back. I'm not so calculative, by the way.
I promise that I will get you another bite of that shit.
It's open.
How about you? How about the reverse?
Actually, nothing. Like, okay, one thing that I wanted to mention is that if you're going to go on like a cruise or like your whole trip, you're going to be isolated with somebody, right? You better pick the right person. Don't just anyhow, because you really have to spend the entire time with them.
I thought you'll be annoyed, right? Okay, I got this thing where I assume, right, if I go
okay.
on a trip with guys, in general, they don't like to help girls take picture. So at first I was very funny, like, you know, when I travel to a new place, then I want some like very standardized, like
Okay.
like I'm here.
Yeah.
No matter how lame the picture is. At first I very wary, and then I tell John Paul like, can I help you take picture? Like, you don't mind or not? Like, you okay? Then he like, sure. Okay, well, then I clarified with him like,
A few
is he
times.
really okay? Like helping me take, because sometimes not nice the picture.
Oh, so
then
you
I need
retake
to
lah,
retake.
retake.
Yeah, like change angle. Then like
No, but we talked about it, and my honest reply was, I don't like to be in pictures. I don't really care too much for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm damn steady because it's your experience and I'm here to help you also. It's like a support role. So if you want a picture, right, just tell me I steady one.
Yeah.
So I may not be the best at it, but as long as we are like working together to get a shot, right, I steady one. If like I don't have the patience for something as small as this, I got to check myself.
Okay, but there's nothing for which you impose on her like that.
The only thing I imposed on her, right, that was a blessing, right, and still is to this day, right, is this breakfast muesli, right? It's a peanut butter banana thing,
Oh,
right?
it's overnight oats.
No, wait.
Well, just to say overnight oats.
But
Because
the actual name is-
it baffles me to this point how good it was. And it was a random thing. It's not at every cafe. It's not at every restaurant. It's at this one particular cafe only. Very low key. Just randomly picked it up. I tried it, right. It's like probably the best thing I've had, right. And since I came back from that trip, I've been trying to recreate it. And the crazy thing is like she did a quick like search online, right. There are actually people looking for this
On
also.
Reddit,
like,
it's actually a known well.
yeah, people like have anyone known like with the mostly recipe? No.
Like if you ever go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, go and find this peanut butter banana muesli.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
like,
this is the imposition on her.
I let her try. Tell me you didn't go to a supermarket to try and find muesli.
I did.
See?
A blessing indeed.
A couple years ago, I traveled with a friend.
Yeah.
And this was a friend for whom, at the point where we went on the trip, we had known each other for 2.5 months. We had met through a mutual friend and we were like, hey, I've always wanted to go to Japan. At that point, I'd never been to Japan in my life. And then this friend, she was like, oh, I've also been wanting to go to Japan for a long time. And we were like, oh, we can't find other friends who want to go. You want to go? Let's go together. Crazy. You know, I've known this person for 12 weeks at most. And then we went on this trip. And it was one of those where from day one, right, it's like, there's like a lot of tension. Like, it's like, what, you know, we're just friends. We don't really know each other.
Wait, was either of you attached at that time?
No, we were not. So it was a bit tense. And then we had like a little like argument because this is the first time I'm traveling with somebody. So I had a bit argument with them about this and that, like boundaries and stuff like that. It's just like a bit iffy. And then we got back and every single person who we both knew was like, oh my God, do you guys like, did something happen? You know?
What does that mean?
Because the natural assumption is that you go on a trip, two single people who are of each other's like interest, would definitely have something going on.
That
on
you
that
would
trip.
rub your nasties against each other.
Among other things. When in Japan, do as the Japanese do. No, she herself said to me, I was so sure on this trip, we either would fight and never talk to each other again or we'll
Do you think that you gave her a signal by agreeing to the trip?
No, I don't think anything indicated a proposition and anything indicated a yes or no to it.
But then you said that she had that like thing in her head where she was thinking that it's either you fight or you F, right?
Yeah.
So that means like if she agreed to go on a trip, she was kind of hoping that
Yeah,
something
yeah.
happened.
I don't know. I can't
That's why
speak
then
for.
you agreeing is the okay.
Yeah, did she try her best not to fight?
Oh.
No, we fought, but at the end of it, we didn't like, you know, nothing happened between us on that trip. But after that fight, we were like very close after that. I think we understood each other better as travelers, as friends.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and then he was like, okay, well, we've done the traveling part, we've done the arguing part, so then maybe we can like talk
Do
about
stuff.
other stuff.
If say like when you're in a relationship and then now you want to travel with this specific person again, would your partner be okay with that?
So this came up because I recently went on a date with this person. A thing came out, they were like asking me about like, oh, how you travel with your friends or not? So I told this story, you know, and how nothing happened on the trip. After that, something happened, but besides the point. And she was like, there's no way that like I will ever like be
She
okay
don't
with
believe.
that. Yeah, like if she said I would refuse to ever agree to something like that if I was, you know, dating someone exclusively and fully. I
It's her
cannot agree to
boundaries
that.
lah.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
But okay, which leads me to the point, right, of like, I think the deeper conversation here is how do you, I guess, develop that kind of trust in your relationship? Is it something that you think can be developed or is it something you intrinsically need to already have as you approach a partnership?
But the thing is, the partners always say that I trust you, I don't trust the other person.
Okay.
You can build 100% trust
Yeah,
in your partner,
yeah.
right? But that your partner may not ever let you go and travel with somebody else.
Yeah, so let me challenge that, okay? And this is from Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty, right?
Sure.
Okay.
But it was interesting because God was talking to this woman. And so he
God, it's very important to share our
Morgan Freeman was talking to this woman.
Okay.
Oh my God, biblical figure.
So she said,
Sure.
She asked, like, let's use the example of trust, okay? So I can't trust my partner. I'm struggling to build trust with my partner. So he said, if you ask God for trust, right, do you think he's just going to magically give it to you and you have it? Or is he going to give you opportunities to prove that you can have it? Yeah. Then I was like,
Wow.
I should, huh?
Almighty, preach.
But then I let my brother do it. Inside joke because he's trying to be a pastor. Okay, yeah. So I thought that was very fascinating, right? Because a lot of the times, like when you talk about building trust, and I also think that to myself, right? There's no other time to test it than when it is tested, and it's only in those moments that you can see it, and then when trust has been created there, right? Then it builds that foundation and that bridge. Yeah.
If you avoid every test, do you pass or do you fail?
Huh?
Wow.
Oh.
You pass the test of being able to avoid, no?
Yeah, another test.
I feel like they are scared of being tested.
No, but the temptation
Yes.
is that is the test. So you have to go through it. If you resist temptation all the way, you pass the test.
But is there a
But if
need
you
to
don't
go
even
through the test?
you don't even go through it, then like okay, but now I don't know whether under pressure you will crack or not.
Yeah.
But that prerequisite is that I believe that trust is built versus trust is lost.
Oh, so you start at 0, not start at 100.
Yeah, I
Okay.
start at 0, then as I get to know this person more and
Okay.
more, then I trust him more and more. Versus when I meet this person, I assume that this person has no ill intent, this person is a good person and will not hurt me. And then if nothing happens that betrays that trust or makes me doubt that trust, then you'll always be at the
100.
full percent,
Yeah.
full
Okay,
percentage.
okay.
Yeah, but your almighty example is the opposite.
Yeah.
That I start from 0 and there's nothing that tells me I should trust this person, that I need to build up.
No.
to that.
So what I think happens in this scenario, right, or even like relating to this story,
Yeah.
is that you trust your partner, of course, but you also have insecurities, you have all these other things, ma. And so when a situation or circumstance like it comes up, then do you look at it as a test of your trust or not? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like a lot of people, like if you're in a long-term relationship or whatever, you obviously trust your partner in various ways already, right? But there are still certain other aspects of it that you may be struggling with and all that, right?
Yeah.
Which are the things that you hope that you can build in that sense.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then a follow-up question. So if, say you're okay with your partner traveling, but then after they come back, maybe like a woman's sixth sense or a man's spidey sense.
Is that the opposite? Is that the opposite?
That's the male version.
It's like Thanos' sister and Brooke
Like you
brother.
smell foul play.
Yeah, then how do you broach this topic with your partner, right, without offending them?
Sniff the underwear.
That's kind of kinky.
Without offending.
How do you confront a suspected cheater, and not like, because I feel like some guys or girls can take it such that why are you suspecting me?
Right.
Now I feel like you don't trust me. Now trust is broken.
Wow, okay, I think that the setup in this scenario is already flawed, because you are approaching your partner with suspicion. It goes immediate to, first of all, what leads you to suspect, and then right, the important part is not approaching your partner with suspicion, but approaching to gain clarity
Yes.
on something.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you are approaching with suspicion, really, it's very accusational, which then
Can
naturally
you give
just
me an
prompts.
example opening sentence to my partner?
What do you do on that trip? Or like, do you tell me everything you did on that trip with her?
Okay. That's the
second one.
That one is very like, like
Very
why are you suspecting me or something? Versus like, I noticed that there was this text, or I noticed that there's this photo, or whatever it may be. Like what were you doing there? You know? Like that kind of thing. It's less suspicious. I'm still trying to, I don't know how to perfectly phrase it.
But I think
Or you can say like, how come this photo make you look so suspicious?
no.
Right?
That is very
No,
low.
it's not how come this photo. Yeah.
No, but I got try that. As in a past relationship, I feel like I got try that method, but then like.
They'll just lie, lor. As in,
Yeah,
they'll
lor.
just.
Yeah, but lies will catch up to people.
Because when you don't ask a pointed question, right, that's easy to gloss over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can also destroy your relationship
Yeah, that's
because
why
of
I'm
your
torn.
own insecurities, and then so that's why the way you phrase it is important to get to the answer that you need to get to.
Yeah.
But you must make sure that you are not doing it in the form of like an attack or like coming off too aggressively. Yeah. Okay, a good example is if let's say you meet up with that friend and you're together with your partner, and then they're recounting the trip, and then certain things don't tally maybe with the version of the story that your partner told you. So would you
Clarify.
Yeah, exactly.
On the spot? In front?
No, maybe not. You take some time to think
Later,
about it
yeah.
first. But then I think later on it's about asking like, how come there was a discrepancy here? Giving the partner the opportunity to clarify.
Okay, then is it okay of me to, I don't bust them out on the spot, right? But then after that, I go and ask my partner, and at the same time, I text this other friend who was also
Okay.
on the trip for their side of the story.
Wow.
This is equivalent.
Why?
Then you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Then if their stories don't match up, then clearly somebody
You
got
are
a
approaching
problem,
this
right?
as a detective. This is the put the two suspects in two different rooms.
Okay, but the fundamental problem here is that no matter what your partner tells you, you're not going to believe it. Where is the trust?
No, but that's because she already had some like something to
Suspicion,
suspect.
yeah.
Yeah, but you still approach your partner with the clarifying question
Yeah.
to let them tell you the truth. If you think that you're going to ask your partner, but you're not going to believe their truth, then what are you doing with this person?
But so the question is, so I'm supposed to blindly trust whatever this person tells me, even if it didn't sit right with me?
No, because I think you are just repackaging trust as blindly trusting to make it look negative. But in actuality, right, trust is in itself.
Like
and if you
justice.
cannot have that with a person, you need to question a lot of other things.
Because when you want to make sure the stories tally or you want to find out why they don't tally,
No trust.
Like, what's the purpose of all this?
Okay, so then
But that should be the default
I
lah.
take their word for it, and then I believe them. And then now the next time there's another suspicious thing popping up, then
You will add the...
then now can I go and
I think
wrong.
depends. The dots
I think
depends.
not wrong, but there are many layers to this, right? Because there are like toxic trauma bonds. There are ways in which your insecurity manifests itself in relationships and blah 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 blah. There's projection and other kind of stuff, right? And a lot of these show themselves or reveal themselves in patterns. So if you start to see that there is a pattern, then a different form of being able to troubleshoot has to come into play. Yeah, but you don't default the reasoning or the root cause to that person is lying to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll actually bring it up to friends one. Like last time, if I find something sus, right? Not my current relationship, but like I will say like, am I crazy? Like I will generally ask
Validation
like,
from your
I
friends.
tell you this story, am I crazy to think this way?
Yeah.
Then they're like, no bitch, you're not crazy.
But that's also because
Like,
hearing
okay.
Your version.
No, but I tell it in a very neutral way. Like
You
let's say
can-
I show the text.
You can try to be
that kind.
objective lah, but at the end of the day, we will have our bias.
Yeah,
when we
yeah, but
tell a story.
I'm trying to get my friends, right, to
Yeah.
really tell me, am I being too much or what should I do? Because I feel
Okay.
like if I act on my own, right,
Okay.
it will be like impulsive and emotional. Right? But if I say a story to someone, right, when I'm actually speaking it out, right, I'm actually like thinking more slowly.
But,
you know what I mean?
okay,
Like, when
but
I
you
talk it
said
out.
that you don't do it with your current relationship. Why?
I say nothing to make me think I'm crazy. But last time
so that
I
means
think,
that is an indication that there's something wrong in the relationship. Because you have to question
If
whether
you
you are
overthink-
crazy. Will the right person for you not make you question whether you are crazy to think a certain way about the relationship? Is it, you know what I mean?
rephrase.
I-
The right person will not put you in a scenario where you have to question whether or not you are crazy.
Is
I
that...
said I would think so, no? Is it?
Eh,
I don't know.
Okay, so we've come to the end of
Photos.
today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed. The takeaway is
4 is fine.
4 is a party.
Four is good.
Takeaway is a
What
party.
is the safest?
The takeaway is if you have trust issues, I don't think preventing your partner from traveling overseas with somebody will solve it.
I think the most interesting thing that we talked about is for me is like redefining like what trust really means or looks like. Yeah, because for me, I think there's a very strict understanding. It's like I need evidence, I need whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But it might not be there. And then how to communicate with your partner if you're suspicious, you know, because we don't want to throw away a good thing. Okay, so thank you for watching. Comment down below what you want us to talk about next. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Statistically, men are more likely to inappropriately advance, and women are statistically more the victim of these kind of things.
And what's an inappropriate advance?
No, it's like I think last time that like when especially when you're younger, it's like you're all partying, a bit drunk, you are guessing whether this girl is into it.
Right.
Maybe you just go in for a kiss kind, but that's not the right way to do it. There are better ways to do it step by step that makes it like a more appropriate approach. But I think people sometimes get like lost.
I'm glad you've grown.
I never do that kind of thing.
Confession,